for the Jupiter series, Jupiter through the houses, Jupiter through the third house to be exact. So if you happen to have a Jupiter in the third house, this video is for you. I am your cosmic rootwork astrologist specializing in evolutionary astrology. Oh, my name is Crew, by the way, for those of you that don't know me, aka Rainy Storm, specializing in evolutionary astrology. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about your past lives and also a little bit more about your current destiny in life and things like that, you can definitely check me out and also book a personal reading. My readings are going to be changing, okay? Especially with Aries Mercury retrograde going on right now. All right, so make sure y'all get it while it's hot, because towards the end of the month, things are going to be shifting and changing, because I have gotten some recent downloads that have told me it's time to make a change, okay? So we're gonna make a little shifty, we're gonna make a little changey there, all right? I also too wanna say, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and please comment down below on these videos. Subscribe, definitely so. And also as well, I do have Healing Your Chironic Wounds as well is going to be available. It's available now, but the full thing should be done by the time you see in this video, if not already. It should be done by this week of all of the courses. It's just the eclipses was cray and kind of got a little backed up there. So yeah, there's that. And then also too, I will be doing Jupiter and Gemini through the signs when Jupiter does make its transit in tropical astrology, May 25th. Of next month. So I will also be doing that, so make sure y'all want to keep a lookout for that as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Jupiter in the third house. We'll talk about Jupiter first, and then we'll talk about Jupiter in the third house. So Jupiter in the third house, and also all those links are below. You can check those things out. Okay, Jupiter in the third house, when we talk about this energy, or just Jupiter in general, is you know, ruled by and rules over Sagittarius and also rules over Pisces. This is the energy that we see of expansion. This is where we talk about faith, religion, higher education. This is where we talk about our master teachers. Also too, it just talks about teaching in general. Faith, I think I said philosophy, our ancestry, our great-grandmothers, our great-grandfathers. Also too, this can talk about marriage as well, our marital partnerships as well here too. What else with Jupiter here? We talk about religion, the law, you know, spirituality, and going on the long journey as well here with Jupiter. Third house is where we talk about the Geminian house, the Mercurial house of long distance, or short distance travel. This is where we talk about our ability to communicate, the ways in which we receive information, and all the ways in which we articulate or speak information as well too. This talks about divination, because that's also a form of communication. All things communication, not just the way you speak, the way you dance, the way you cook, the way all the things, right? Also brothers, sisters, uncles, cousins, relatives, neighborhoods, and things like that that you live in. This is where you could see somebody that has a very expansive mental capacity. This is where you could see somebody who is very, like, for example, we'll say language. Maybe you are the type of person, if you were ever interested in learning different languages, this is somebody who can pick up quick. This is someone who can pick up on languages very fast and very quick. Or let's say there's like a math equation or some type of equation that most people would not get. It would take them years, maybe even centuries for them to like grasp and get. This is the type of person who, they get this information, they receive this information, and they're like, wow. They see it, they see the problem, they put the two things together, and boom. It's like, you know what I mean? It's nothing to a boss. You know what I mean? With Jupiter in the third house. This is also where you could see a very large family, especially like relatives and things like that. So maybe you don't have necessarily a larger family. I would say that's Jupiter in the fourth house, but you could have a large family. But you have a lot of relatives. You have a lot of brothers. You have a lot of uncles and sisters, things like that. And if it's not necessarily the family that you're close to, maybe you could be of a distance to these family members, but you still have a lot of family members, you know what I mean? Or it's just a lot of ancestors, a lot of ancestry, big groups of, or, you know, maybe you even had like grandmothers or great-grandfathers and things like that that have lived for a long time, long periodically time, okay? Long age, you know, with Jupiter here, things like that. And they give you like little gems and knowledge and wisdom and things like that here. Specifically uncles, you know, brothers, uncles, sisters, cousins, relatives, and things like that. But this could also be, like I said, it's also connected to the family here as well too. Good with hands, also good with speech. Excellent. Usually Jupiter makes excellent communicators, or you'll see Jupiter in the third house is like people who communicate, but they're like, maybe their mind, the way that they communicate and the way that they speak is so expansive. Sometimes it's like hard for people to understand or articulate because there's just so much funneling through the mental and so much funneling through the mind. It can be a lot for people. Not to say that you're not meant to express it, because you have to express it. You have to speak. You need to talk. You know what I mean? But it might be hard sometimes for people to keep up with, because maybe the level of capacity that they have is not able to keep up with what it is that you're talking about or the things that you know. Because Jupiter in the third house could definitely be somebody who has like very like I said, knowledge and wisdom that kind of spans beyond time. And most people would not be able to get off top, right? They would have to like wait for the information to come. Like Jupiter's like giving you downloads, giving you information. You're like, oh, and I know this and then that, things like that. Fast learner, like I said, language and knowledge, messenger spirit, and also could be restless. And this is also where you could see somebody who, and I'm going to come back to the restlessness a little bit, because it can be hard for Jupiter in the third house to sleep because their mind is always on go. Okay, they would hop into the next thought, thing, adventure. It just can be going, you know, just you know. Also too, you can see, especially with Jupiter in the third house, this is where you can find luck and bounty in like land and neighborhoods and homes. Maybe you're being gifted in your neighborhood, you know what I mean? Maybe you're being gifted in homes as well, or places and things like that. If you're moving, maybe you even move a lot with Jupiter here. Maybe you expand to like different places, or you live in multiple places, or you live in like, you know, you live in one place and then you go to another place and you live in that place for a couple of months. Like maybe you switch up neighborhoods and homes quite a bit, you know what I mean? And also be here with Jupiter in the third house as well too. I would just say with Jupiter in the third house, you know, you're gonna definitely have to find things to like settle the mind, because the mind can sometimes be so expansive that it could literally spin you into a loop. So, you know, I would even like, I'm picturing somebody like just reading like tons of books, like throughout the week, just like a whole bunch of books, or just listening to a lot of information throughout the week. You just need time, you need space and relief to where you're able to like allow your mind to relax, allow your mind to be calm, allow your mind to be at peace. So it's not like spiraling into like multiple, you know what I mean? Like you need like downtime. You need time to like relief, you know, have some relief off of like the day-to-day things that are going on in life, because it could just be a lot. Okay, so just take some time for yourself to like have that time and energy, so where you can like really sit and just be. Okay, Jupiter in the third house. And so that's a little bit about Jupiter in the Jupiter in the third house. We're going to move on to Jupiter in the fourth house, and then next week we will catch up with Jupiter in the 5th through the 8th. Okay, so like I said, make sure y'all check out those links below. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next one. All right, y'all already know what it is. It's a rainy storm checking in, checking out. Without a doubt, deuces.